Alright, welcome in guys. We are inside Luxor right now. I'm going to wait here for a couple minutes for some people to join, and then we'll get walking. I don't know where we're going to be going today. I'm thinking it's going to be more of a free range type of day. Alright, there we go. That's probably better on the volume end. So, people go check out the construction on the baseball stadium. Maybe make our way all the way up to the Hard Rock. Check out the Hard Rock construction. Kristen, Mud, what's going on, buddy? Got to start in a special spot for you today. Let's flip this around. Inside Mud's happy space. Joe, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? So we are in the Luxor right now. We are up in the atrium area. The atrium area, you know, this is the world's largest atrium. It feels good in here. I'm going to tell you right now, it is hot and humid out on the strip. It's like 30-some%. Dusty Wrangler, what's going on? So Body's the exhibit there. I saw that in Philly. I've never seen it out here, but I have gone to Titanic, which is actually really cool, which is right over here. Yeah, it is a hot, humid day today. This morning it felt like it was gonna rain. It was a little bit cloudy on my way up to the strip. So you got 105 today. Mike, what's going on? King Tut's tomb. I have never checked this out yet. I really want to check out King Tut's tomb. I'm gonna have to get myself some tickets for this. So welcome in, Jammer engaged. So Alan, last night when we were over on experimenting a little bit with the TikTok live, I started glitching and people were like, is Alan on? So this is like my favorite inside of a hotel out here. I've always loved the Luxor. There's the obelisk. So you got 102, feels like 106 in North Dakota. It's so hot and humid everywhere right now, man. I feel bad for those poor people in Europe. All right, so let's take a walk and we'll go check out the baseball stadium. I'm gonna try to stay indoors as much today as I can. I guess obviously going over to the stadium, we're not gonna be able to be indoors, but we can go check on that progress and then hurry on back to the indoors. I don't believe them, Alan. I don't believe that every time. I don't believe that you have a jammer in your pocket when we're hanging out trying to disrupt my streams. Tiffany, what's going on? I like when they have these little skeletons outside so you can take pictures and selfies with them. I don't know why. Maybe because the store is closed. Let's check out the lobby area. Not as crowded as it normally is. I'll zoom in a little bit for you. Usually there's a humongous line here at Luxor. It's always been the hotel that I've stayed at that I had the longest line to check in. Everyone says like the Caesars properties have super long lines. I've always found the Luxor's line to be super long. They have quite a bit of self check-in also here now, but they do have plenty of people actually working the desk too. So start our little walk. This will take the indoor pathway. Now, I heard another streamer out here got told to get out of Excalibur, so we're gonna, when we go through there, we're gonna try to be a little bit incognito, if you know what I mean. Not draw a whole lot of attention to us. Ryan, what's going on, buddy? Hey, sorry we didn't get to hang out. I had a whole lot of stuff going on over the weekend, man. It's like I need some serious downtime sometimes. You had like a 2-hour wait. Yeah, I figured if you had some time, you probably would have wrote. I figured you're kind of busy. I know it was like kind of more of a work trip than it was a pleasure trip. So we're going to take the People Mover. People Mover here is working today. Last time we were here, I think it was not working. But these are like pretty much these are the only two People Movers now inside the Luxor going over to Excalibur. They got rid of the People Movers down the hallways. You know, these things take a lot of abuse. They break down constantly, and I think they, you know, probably cost a lot to maintain. Yes, Jay actually said something to me and was like, "Hey, when are you getting out with Ryan?" I was like, I don't know. I haven't heard from him. Maybe he's busy with work. So the whole weekend was pretty jam-packed with stuff. Sandstorms are horrible, man. We had one like last year, I think it was, and it was pretty bad. The visibility, they're scary, man, when they roll through town. When do you think that'll be, Alan? Your next one. Oh, well, the Reverend Rob has joined us with his presence. Aren't we just lucky? That's a good way to do it, Rob. I like when people just kind of have us on the background, so this way we get the views, we get, make sure you comment every once in a while, throw a thumbs up there, too. So everyone who's new here, welcome in. Join our channel here, hit that subscribe button, say hello in the chat. Watch out for the glass doors. We actually, I think, went out and had a really good dinner with Alan at Peppermill. I got the Reuben at Peppermill, and that was actually really good. think Alan got like some kind of pancake breakfast. It was like a heaping serving of pancakes. His kid got like some kind of big giant like French toast thing, man. The portions at Peppermill are insanely large. August or September. Can't stay away that long, can you, buddy? So make sure you go ahead, hit that thumbs up, give us a like, hit that subscribe. Go ahead and turn those alarm notifications on, so this way you know when we go live. Last night we went live for the first time in a long time on TikTok. Just wanted to stop in and say hello to some friends and, you know, try to remind them to come on over to YouTube and follow us here, because this is where we do most of our live streaming. You know, concentrating a lot more on that stuff. This is a pretty good, if you have your kids with you, stop up here at the dragon's lair. You get your picture taken with the dragon. I really miss the dragon they had out front of Excalibur. So it would be August or September, and then again October, November for Metallica. I figured you were like planning your October trip, because that's what we talked about. So the food court up here is really not that great of a food court. I mean, they got the most overpriced place on the Vegas Strip up here. Oh, I guess the Del Taco opened up here. They still have a buffet here. But if you go over and around, they got a Del Taco. I guess the Del Taco just opened. The roasted bean, I've never seen this place open. I've been in here in the morning, I've been in here at night. But let me show you guys, right? Fat Burger here. I'm gonna zoom in, maybe we can get their menu, right? The prices at Fat Burger, it's 18 bucks for a milkshake, $22 for a grilled chicken sandwich. That dude's all looking gritting. No, we are in Excalibur right now. Some people like to refer to it as the Dirty Castle. I don't really think it's that bad. It always smells nice in here. Krispy Kremes ain't bad for donuts, but kind of pricey. But it's like $30 for a triple smash burger combo meal, French fries and a drink. Like 30 bucks. That's like absolutely insane for a food court. And then if you go down here, this is down where the buffet is. Right down here. I don't know. This is my unpopular take. My unpopular opinion is buffets have always been overrated. And so they got some drink specials in here. They got weekday brunch, weekend brunch, and a mimosa brunch. I don't think they have a dinner anymore. But here's the prices of them. I don't know, $33 for all-you-can-eat buffet. I don't like buffets, never did. That was never a draw for me. Like, people always talk about, oh, you know, that's what made Vegas so great was buffets. Well, I don't think so. I mean, I think it was just another, you know, thing that people came here, and it was just excess. You know, I can gorge myself. Here's Thunderland, Thunder from Down Under. Yeah, I'd rather sit down and get myself a nice meal, personally. So like when I see that these these resorts are closing their buffets, I'm like, all right, no, not a big deal. I never really went there. I know a lot of people liked it. I'd rather go here to something like Buca, where they have an all-day happy hour, all-day lunch, menu items starting at around $11. You know, I don't know. That's more up my alley. I mean, I'm sure the Wind Buffet and Bacchanal at whatchamacallit are good, but not really worth the over 100 hours that you're going to spend to go there. I mean, you got Dick's Last Resort here. A lot of people like this restaurant. Got to take a little detour though. Can't get on the it's like a construction zone everywhere we go. Jeez. All right, so we're gonna go head outside for a little bit and make our way, I think, over towards New York, MGM, and then maybe over to the ballpark. You guys want to go check out the ballpark construction? I'll take us for a little walk to our little spot that we go to. I've never been a buffet person. So that's why, like, whenever people ask me, like, on the live stream or whatever, what's the best buffet? I'm like, I don't know. The last buffet, honestly, the last buffet that I have gone to was at Paris, and that was like 2016, I think. So I think I have to upgrade my mics, right, to like a Bluetooth mic, because now with my new gimbal, I can charge my phone with the gimbal while I'm live streaming, and right now I have a plug-in mic, so I'm thinking about it. So this is going to be like the test. Like when my phone starts to drop a little bit, I'm going to unplug the mic, and we'll go with just the regular phone microphone. Is it too hot for coffee? It's not too hot for coffee normally, but I did drink quite a bit of coffee this morning. So I'm kind of letting my stomach rest a little bit, and I don't want to dehydrate myself. So if I do get coffee, it'll be later in the live stream. See, if I went to a buffet, here's the problem. Jay doesn't eat a whole lot, right? She feels like she doesn't eat and drink a whole lot. She eats a lot of small meals and things like that, you know? So, like an all-you-can-eat buffet, that's what it's always done to me, is like I can eat. Like I don't have like a stop button sometimes. So, I'll just eat and eat and eat. Linda, what's going on? And Jay, she'd have like a little bit of a salad or something and be like, all right, I'm done. I'd be like, that was like $89 for a damn Caesar salad. So I could just feel it's like the humidity. I'm already like sticky. I'll probably start sweating soon. Yeah, I mean, I'll eat. So we were talking about that last night, right? So it's like $42 for the ice cream museum, right? So Jay probably won't go with me when we go to the ice cream museum, because there's no way she can eat $42 worth of ice cream. Now, I could probably eat enough to cover both of us, because I don't know, I ate half a gallon of ice cream last night in the middle of the night. I woke up and around 2 a.m. It felt like a snack, and that was my snack. So this is the base of the Statue of Liberty right here on the corner of Tropicana and the Strip. This used to have water in the bottom, and it used to have like a little tugboat. It was really cool. MGM, thanks for sharing, Mud. I guess there's no such thing as TMI in the chatters, right? Yeah, for some of us, $42 for, because I could definitely eat $42 worth of ice cream. So, we came up one time with an idea here, right? They already got this like asphalt turf down. Why don't they just make a little putt-putt mini golf course here? That would be super cool, right? You can have some New York style street vendors, hot dogs, things like that, and you know, a nice little mini golf course. Since they're not going to put the water back, they'll never put the water back. We've lost that. Same thing across the street when we cross over and we walk past the lion over there. That thing's like iconic, that lion. And we'll never get the water feature back over there either. It's a shame that, you know, all these places have cut back on the water. There's definitely plenty of ways to recycle water, use gray water, things like that for fountains. But you know, that costs money to set up them systems, and I don't think the properties out here really want to do that. Little putt-putt. All right, so we're gonna head over. I know. Look, these are totally taken apart. These aren't even stairs no more. That's like you're just gonna fall down them. This is like a total redo of the escalator there. Look at that. Whew, that was hot. Alan did not break them. Stop blaming Alan for breaking everything. So we're going to be headed over there to where Tropicana used to stand. I know a lot of people really miss the Tropicana, or say they do. But it was a cool property. I mean, it was like nostalgic. But it wasn't very crowded, and I understand why, like, if it's not making money. You know how these corporations are. If things aren't making money, then it's time for it to go. And I don't think anybody wanted to buy it, or they probably would have sold it. All right, so let's start heading over. Remember, there used to be like little waterfalls and fountains and stuff right here at the base of the MGM Lion. That's what I'm talking about. This area right here has turned into total disrepair. Like, there's broken granite. I wish they would just like take some of the money from the fees they charge us and drop it into the outside of these properties. Show you up here. I mean, everybody that came to Vegas in the early 2000s, late 90s has a picture in front of the MGM Lion, right? It's just funny because this was dedicated right after me and Jay moved out here the first time. This was dedicated in February 15th, 1997. So And it's not just anything, right? You can read the placard here. It's 45 feet tall, 50 foot long, on a 25-foot pedestal. It has 100,000 pounds of bronze, 1,660 pieces of bronze welded together, right? So, and then they got this. They got some broken granite. You know, they got it. The sides, you can't get around to the sides. I mean, I'm pretty sure all you in here have a picture standing in front of this thing from back in the 90s, early 2000s. And then all the lights and stuff down in here all got kind of tore up, and I don't know. I really wish they would fix some of this stuff. It was Rob. That guy's a little off. Oh, yeah, he's definitely a little off. Can't deny that. So the A's, they did get a nice little mural painted across the street. Let me see if I can get us a good shot of that. It's actually pretty nice. Let's see. Get up here and zoom a little bit. Hold on. What just happened? We just went way. What the heck? There we go. That was weird. So they got this nice mural across the street. I don't know how good you can see because I can barely see the screen right now. He's a lot off. So we're going to go head across the street and get a little closer to the stadium. Unfortunately, they still have these escalators. They're out of service, not because they're broken down, but because they would take you over to Tropicana. So both sides, that side of the street is blocked off until you get about halfway down in front of MGM, and then we can cross over from there. Yeah, you should tell them that, Alan. Take some of my money and drop it back into fixing the line or putting in a mini golf course at the base of the Statue of Liberty. So there's the stadium. And hopefully we don't have too many interruptions today with the device overheating. That's why we're going to try to stay indoors as much as possible. I'm really excited for the stadium and the Hard Rock to be done. Oh, they're doing a lift. Let's see where they're going with that stuff. Gonna put that in place. They got some guys up there ready to bolt that in. I don't think I can really zoom in much further. That's about as far as I can zoom. I've taken a walk up and around, in and out. It hasn't been too crowded. I mean, there's a lot of space up there. So even though there's a lot of people, you don't really see how crowded it is. We'll try to get over there. When we go to In-N-Out, we usually go off strip, get our In-N-Out most of the time. It's only like when we're up here and I'm really hungry that we'll get some In-N-Out and stuff. But it's nice. Me and Alan checked it out. We walked past it. They do have some Las Vegas merch, but it's not really specific to Las Vegas. It's not like In-N-Out with a big picture of the strip on the back. It just says Las Vegas on the front of the shirt, like where the pocket would be. So nothing too great. All right, let's go. We gotta wait for this. All right, we got the light. Lucky for us, this way we don't have to wait like forever. Gives you like 40 seconds to cross the street too, so you gotta move a little bit. Guys up there plasma cutting or something. Tell you what, I went to Topgolf like 2 weeks ago, I guess it was, and that was the first time I've hit a golf ball like at a driving range in about like 25 years. Man, I was hurting for like a week. I'm only saying that because you can see up there, the sign up there is for Topgolf. Topgolf's right behind MGM. Right behind Signature, right down over behind that way that we're facing right now. It's the Oyo Hotel and Casino. It's kind of depressing in Oyo. We went in there because they used to have the what show, the Neil Diamond show in there, and me and Jay went to that. The show was great, but let me tell you, like the casino area, it was very like depressing. You know, it was like not a whole lot going on. So you'd come out, oh, that would be trouble. That would definitely be trouble. All right, so let's go check it out. Let's get as close to it. This is as close as I can find to get to check out the stadium construction without actually getting on site. Oh, the fur babies are great. They love going out in the sun for about 15 minutes. They'll go out in the yard and lay on the sofa, sun themselves, and then come back in, suck up the air conditioning. Oh, thanks, Joe. How you doing today, Joe? Whew. See, we only got like two more landings. Whew. All right. So let's go check it out, see what it looks like up here. Yeah, those stairs and like the 30,000 steps I do every day, my heart looks really good, according to my doctor. For someone who hasn't taken the best. So yeah, we're like really not that far from this at all. And that's not even zoomed in. Zoom in a little bit for you guys. It's about as much as I can zoom in. We can see them doing a lot of work there. Now, I really want to get here the next time they do one of these, one of them arches. I really want to see them. I really want to check that out. See them place one of them things. So I'm excited, right? My family loves sports. Jay, the kids, they're at summer league today. I dropped them off. And then baseball, of course, you know, huge Phillies fans. We travel to see the Phillies. We travel to see the Eagles when the Eagles are on the West Coast, the Phillies, the 76ers. We're just not really that into hockey, although we got into hockey a little bit this postseason with the Golden Knights going to the Stanley Cup Finals. So I watched some of it. That was a little disappointing that Schwarber lost, but it was also kind of exciting that guy hit, what, 4 or 5 home runs in a row. So that was pretty cool. So this opens what, for the 2028 season, I believe, right? I don't know. I keep getting this thing about buying tickets. It's the W now, or is it just W? You got to be careful what you say on social media, right? Because if you put the, people get really mad. Like if I'm talking about Sphere and I just casually mention the Sphere, people get all bent out of shape about it. They comment on our videos all the time about it. And it's like, really, you have nothing better to do than to say, you know, it's called Sphere, not the Sphere. Yeah, no shit. But sometimes when you're talking or doing a video and you really don't feel like doing a retake, you just let it go. You know? Alan, I think they're supposed to refresh the rooms a little bit after they're done the lobby. I know how much fun you had getting through the lobby, so I keep getting like the season ticket things. I don't know if my kids might go in and purchase some season tickets. All right, let's go get cooled down in some AC somewhere. Probably gonna go walk through MGM. And then over to New York. Yeah, Alan got fancy on the second half of his trip. He went up to the Venetian. So, of course, those rooms are probably beautiful. Get a nice view up here too. There's the signature towers. You can see this. You can see Sphere poking out a little bit behind it. Reverend Rob enjoyed Flamingo way more than Bellagio. Why was that, Rob? Just more things to do over at Flamingo? I know R loves Venetian. Carrie Ann, what's going on? How are you? All right, so down the steps from the top of the OYO parking structure. I might just skip MGM. MGM is like just so much more to walk through just to get to the overpass. Should have called them maintenance guys, Rob, and told them, say, yo, get my sink fixed. So our friends, Chris, C-Dub, and Melissa Freckles, they stayed at Bellagio one night because they got into town day early. They were staying, I think, at Fedora, and so they said, you know what, let's just do one night at Bellagio the first night we get there. They said that at 5 a.m. they got woken up by like jackhammering, that they're renovating the spa area at Bellagio, so they got woken up by that at like 5 a.m. I would be so pissed if I was on vacation and got woken up by like, now I understand these properties have to do construction and stuff, but like, they shouldn't be starting construction until like 9, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty well. I'm a little hot right now, but we'll get over into some air conditioning real soon. Tom, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? Oh yeah, you had the problem with the mattress. I forgot about that, Alan. Alan told that would have pissed me off. All right, 20 seconds, get across the street. Can we do it? We better, or we're gonna get run over. All right, seconds to spare. Yeah, I'm gonna be stopping for some water or something, and then probably a milkshake a little bit later. I'm gonna stay off the caffeine for a little bit. Definitely not getting a milkshake from whatever that place was, Salt and Straw. If I get a milkshake, I'll probably wait till I get all the way up to Sweet Sin. Those milkshakes are really good. Whew. I am on Tropicana right now, Carrie Ann. I'll be up around Harmon pretty soon, I think. Salt and Straw, it was, well, first of all, you would think an ice cream place would be like, oh, you know what, we got these milkshakes that are a little bit chunky, you know, have like if you got cookies and cream, It was called Coffee and Love Nuts. Go ahead, laugh and make your jokes. But it was actually really good. It tasted really good until the straw got absolutely stuck. I couldn't get any of the milkshake through the straw. So by the time I was able to get another straw, it had completely melted, and it was like drinking coffee and love nut milk. I know. Robert, what's going on? Go ahead, Rob. Go ahead. You guys, good thing I got a sense of humor and I don't get offended by much, if anything. All right, walking right past the Lion again. New York, New York, across the street. Why couldn't the Summer League games that Jay and the kids went to been nighttime games? Listen, the coffee and love nuts, it was a good flavor, right? It was like almost like I don't know, walnuts or almonds maybe, I don't know. But the straw got all stuck up with like the chunks of nuts, and it just made it really hard to get the milkshake up the straw. So other than that, if they had the proper straw, like if they had like a boba straw, like milkshake should come with, then it probably would have been really good and enjoyable. But for $18, that's not really a mistake that they should be having. Jason, what's going on? Yeah, I mean, that's what, that's like common knowledge, stay out of the heat, like in the hottest time of the day, between like 11 and whatever time, 4, 5 o'clock. Well, I don't know. I'm never one to really listen. But, I mean, we're in Vegas, It's going to be hot. That's why we're going to try to stay as much indoors as we can. Now, we're going to hit New York, New York, have to go back outside to MGM, Park MGM. And then we can get all the way back up to Bellagio and suck up some of this air conditioning for a while. So, a lot of Vegas locals, we do a lot more things at night. A lot of times me and Jay will go food shopping. We'll go to like Winco and at like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night when, it's not outrageously. No, the fireworks are still going on. All right, the Hershey store. Let's go cool down in here for a little bit. All right, what's everybody's favorite Hershey stuff? Yeah, I think the end of the month or sometime around the end of the month is the last fireworks. We got like another week or two of them. Like I said, I couldn't get out this past Saturday. I really wanted to, but I just had so much stuff to do. Reese's are good. The dark chocolate Reese's peanut butter ones are the best ones, I think. I don't think I really would like the Oreo ones, though. And definitely not the white chocolate Reese's. Definitely not my thing. Ooh, that looks good, though. Chocolate lava cup. They got some nice clothes and stuff in here. They got those big giant Hershey bars that you can mail out and stuff like that. And they got the bulk Reese's back here, actually. Get a big bag of them. Get a pound of them for 17 bucks. It's about $1 a pound. Yeah, I'm definitely a dark chocolate. No, they do not have big gummy worms in here, Rob. Get your mind out of the gutter. Kit Kats. They're really underrated candies. They're one of my favorites. Kit Kats. I've had some really interesting flavors of Kit Kats. Twizzlers, I like the Twizzlers too. They got the extra long Twizzlers, Rob. I don't know if that's good enough for you though. Ooh, these sound interesting. Sweet and sour Twizzlers. All right, let's go over this way. Got a lot of Reese's stuff in here. I didn't know Reese's apparel was that popular. And they got the little kid stuff over here. We don't need that stuff. All right, let's take the steps down. We'll go downstairs. Yeah, Winco is a supermarket out here. They're like employee owned. I think they have better prices on a lot of stuff. Albertsons is probably one of the more expensive supermarkets out here. Um, you know, I like Winco a little better than I like the Walmart marketplace. Winco feels more like a real supermarket. Got a 5 pound chocolate bar. That's right up Rob's alleyway there. So here's where you can create your own candy wrapper right over here, right? And these are pretty expensive. I forget how much they are, but I don't want to be messing with the stuff. Ooh, this looks good. Hershey's Nuggets, Cafe Espresso, Cafe Mocha, Caramel Macchiato, and Hazelnut. Ha ha! How, how much did she get you for, Alan? You know, they have safes, you know. Peanut M&Ms. Yeah, I love the peanut M&Ms too. I love these things too. That's actually a really cool hat. What you call it? I say that a lot. Like when I forget something, I'm always like, the whatchamacallit thing. People are like, candy bar? And I'm like, no. But they are pretty good. Now, I have had milkshakes in here. They got a whole milkshake area over here. The milkshakes in here are okay. They're not the best, but they'll do in a pinch. Hershey's caramels. I'm not huge on caramels either, but these got sea salt on them too. Yeah, they still have the milkshakes. We're headed over that way. Just the walls of bulk candy. You can smell the chocolate in here. Has anyone ever been to the real Hershey's in Hershey, PA? Like Hershey Park or anything like that? Did get it with a little picture out there. Oh, they even got a little photo booth. Step in and be sweet. Aw. So yeah, this is like the milkshake area, made with real milk and ice cream. But I'm not a huge fan of them. Ha ha. Now I heard a rumor that I think Hershey Park is going to close. think I read that. So, have you guys seen this? This is a Hershey's Chocolate Statue of Liberty. It's 800 pounds of Hershey's milk chocolate, or 8,258 Hershey bars. Fun fact, the actual Statue of Liberty weighs approximately the same as 4,645,161 Hershey milk chocolate bars. I wonder who was tasked with figuring that out. Yeah, that's pretty smart, Alan, not to look at your not to look at your credit card statement to figure out how much she spent. I'm sure she had a fantastic time spending your money. So the chocolate bar right next to the Hershey store, they have a lot of really interesting drinks there. I think Jay has gotten the Reese's peanut butter margarita, I think it was. She really liked it. She was out when Birds Fan for Life was out here. Him and his wife and me and Jay went out, and me and Ed got Hello Kitty coffee, and they got some martinis, some Hershey chocolate martinis. All right, so we're gonna head on through New York, New York. Go out the other side, start heading through Park MGM. What else you guys want to check out today? I can't even try to figure that word out there, Carrie-Ann. 15 pounds, you just want 15 pounds of Reese's peanut butter. Yeah, Reese's peanut butter is like the best peanut butter, that's for sure. Rob, I think, wouldn't it melt? Wouldn't it be better if they might have delivery on the store. That would probably be better. I mean, you'd have to pack it up in dry ice and all that stuff, man. Yeah, we'll head up towards Cosmo, definitely. So Tom's Watch Bar. All the sports all the time. They still got their Golden Knight stuff out. Tom's Watch Bar's got some really good nachos too, man. I really like their nachos there. It's a great spot to just kind of stop on the strip and watch a game. Should kill some time watching a game. Now this is the food court area. Food court area in New York, New York has some good stuff too. They got the Times Square hot dogs. You know, you can get all kinds of crazy toppings on the hot dogs here. Times Square hot dog. New York, New York's one of my favorite spots. There's Sirico's Pizza. They got pizza and a beer for $12.95. The slice of pizza, any slice of pizza and a beer. They got Broadway Burger and Grill has bottomless mimosas. $13 for a slice of pizza and a Red Bull. I don't drink beer and I don't drink Red Bull. There we go, Gallagher Steakhouse. Yeah, you're better off doing that, Rob. Some dry aged stuff there, huh? That's probably gotta be fake, I think. I don't know. Who's eating at Gallagher's though? I hear it's really, really good. Now I like this spot right here. Right here on the corner, Greenwich Village Coffee and Shake. They do have they have a pretty decent shake there. You guys remember one day I got it on a live stream. I think I got the triple chocolate shake that one night. Oh, this is pretty creepy. I thought that was like somebody really looking out at me, man. we got? We got 11 days to go to countdown. Nice. Yeah, time to get your suitcases out. Make sure you check the forecast before you come out here. This way you know whether or not you need to bring any like special clothes. You know, it's been really, really hot the last, well, couple months out here, but it's been humid the last like couple days have been brutally humid. I feel like I'm really sweating right now too. That's why this air conditioning route is going to be the nice way to go. What are you talking about, R? Yeah, I always check the weather except when I'm going to San Francisco, right? Because in my mind, I had a mental block that I'm going to California. I was in San Francisco before, but that was like 30 years ago. And I don't remember it being like extremely cold. It was a little bit chilly, but then again, it was like September or October when we were there. And LeBron, I didn't see that. I thought there was like some breaking news on where LeBron's going in his free agency. I'm really hoping he goes to Philadelphia. I think he's going to end up in Cleveland, though. I think the nostalgia, you know, it's where he's from. I think that's where he's going to end up. I would love to see him in Philadelphia, but we'll see. Travel and shenanigans, what's going on? All right, so we're gonna head on up, and in the Park MGM, stay cool. We're beating the heat today a little bit, right? Some spots in Vegas, yeah, that absolutely have to go outside. There's no other way. But then there's a lot of ways to get around Vegas, and even a lot of seasoned Vegas people aren't sure sometimes how to go to these interconnecting ways that the casinos have now, right? Some people think they're really further out of the way. I mean, even if it's a 5-minute longer walk for me, I'd rather walk in the air condition than out on the strip in the sun. It's not super bad when you're in the shade, but when you're in the direct sun, the Vegas, that's when you really feel the Vegas heat. Boston would be a terrible spot. Nobody wants to play in Boston. This song's got you some memories of the 2010 Stanley Cup. Who won the cup in 2010? Like I said, I'm not a hockey fan. I tell you what, I couldn't even tell you who won most. I don't remember sports stats like that. My son is like a statistician. He'll tell you anything you want to know, stat-wise. But me, going out to Death Valley in 2 weeks. It is going to be so hot in Death Valley in a couple weeks. Watch yourself out there. Make sure you got plenty of water. Self-service is spotty at best out there too. All right, so we're walking in the Park MGM. Boston won it in 2011. Nice. Air conditioning feels great. Yeah, I don't know if I would drive all the way out to Death Valley right now. That's like more like a January. That's like a midwinter trip for me, I think. All right. Whew. You know what? I do remember, what was it, 2017 when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, I think. I forget who they played, though. Yeah, I still, man, you know, you hear a lot about, like, oh, yeah, those, I don't know, your Jeep breaks down or something, even if you're with the pros. I don't know. I would be nervous, man, because I could just imagine being stuck out in Death Valley for hours and hours waiting for like a rescue vehicle to come and get me. So we're taking the walkway. This walkway is the walkway that you would go to the tram in, that you use to go to the tram. The pool area here at Park MGM, it's very, very relaxing, very, very peaceful. Jay had met somebody up here the other day. I came over a little bit later and met up, and I fell asleep for like a good 2 hours on a bench out there. Oh yeah, the Eagles played the Patriots, right? Yeah, that's right. When we had a good quarterback, not back when we had that bum McNabb. That's, you know, you had the backup quarterback not only throw for a touchdown in the Super Bowl, but he caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl. You know who never did that? Tom Brady. I'll always take an opportunity forever. As great as the win against the Patriots, the Chiefs was, when, you know, the Eagles just absolutely dominated them. The Eagles-Patriots Super Bowl was just better. The South Dakota Miners. Hey, in all fairness, right, the Patriots did look like garbage in the last Super Bowl. I mean, and I'm not even trying to troll there. They just looked like they weren't ready. Actually, no notification today. Listen, I'm not saying Tom Brady isn't a great quarterback. I just don't know if I can say he's the greatest of all times. That may have to go to Nick Foles or Eli Manning. You know, I think if the only way is he would have been the greatest of all time is if he didn't get beat by like two okay quarterbacks on their best day. No more coffee for me now. Alan's really going to start jamming the signal. He's going to sneak a jammer in my backpack, remote activated. All right, so if you're looking to take the tram, you can take the tram over to the Crystal Shops, Vdara Bellagio. So you just go right out them doors, right up the escalator. or you can walk. I think we're gonna walk, right? Because we're a walking channel. Yeah, well, he lost to Peyton Manning's little brother. I mean, Eli. That they just gave him a football in a starting position because he was Eli's brother. Oh, Carrie Ann, I think you're a little bit behind there. Scroll forward. Staying at Aria next Thursday. Awesome. Aria's so nice. I mean, it's due for a remodel because it's been open for like 15 years or so. So that's usually around the time that they start to remodel these luxury hotels. It's every 15 years or so. So right now, when we walk in, you're going to see that they got some barricades up again because the poker tournament, the Aria Summer Poker Tournament, whatever it was called, I forget, is over. So they're removing all these poker. They'll be putting slot machines back in this area pretty soon. How about we'll call him the Boat? We'll compromise with Boat. He was the best of all time, not the greatest. A lot of controversy around that guy. Yeah, Posh Burger's really good. They are. I've had them on the way out of here. I'll grab one of those sometimes. You guys know I really do like to troll you guys with this stuff, right? I'm not sure if Wholesome Jeff understands the humor that we have here. We have a pretty dry, sarcastic humor, and we kind of troll each other sometimes around here. So don't take anything really personal, especially when we're talking about sports. I'm an obnoxious Eagles fan, okay? So the fact that Big Dick Nick smacked down Tom Brady, that'll always make him the GOAT. Carrie Ann, is the monsoon coming? Because they said that yesterday, and I was really highly disappointed when we didn't get that rainstorm. So I'm really hoping it's coming today. So this is the convention area. If you go over up these escalators to the left, that's where all the convention stuff goes on, the convention magic. You make a right, and that's going to bring us down to Proper Eats, the food hall up here, and over to the right is where we have Bardot, Jean George, and Carbone. And they have that really cool little picture opportunity over here. There goes Alan's starting his stuff now. So this is Bardot. Now, these are some really fancy restaurants right here. A little out of my price range. The Fortuna of boats. Ah, guys. So they got this right in front of Jean George's Steakhouse. This is a nice little spot to get a family picture or whatever. It kind of really goes with the downstairs lobby. And then, of course, you know, this is my favorite optical illusion floor in Las Vegas. How it looks like they're just going to fall into all them boxes down there. So Alan did get to see inside the shop, canal shops at Venetian, right by Buddy V's, there's those carpets. And when you're walking on those carpets, if you kind of look down and ahead a little bit, the circles change colors. I can't capture that on video, but when I am walking with people in real life and I tell them to do it, it's kind of like very freaky. Yeah, I don't know, for some reason I have this like strange like obsession with always looking at floors and the patterns on the rugs and the tiles. And like when I see, I bet those guys are basketball players. They just came out of the Summer League conference area. I did meet an ex-player recently at work. I can't say who it is because I don't disclose where I work or any of that stuff, but it was cool. He was actually really cool. So this is Proper Eats. It's a little bit like confusing in their Proper Eats. The food's okay. They got all kinds of different little restaurants to check out. The pizza, I think the pizza place that they have in there is pretty good. Okay. If you head down this way, that way takes you down to the pool and stuff like that. I don't think I've ever been to the pool area at Aria. Let's go down and say hello to Murakami. Speaking of Murakami, Murakami's not on. I wonder if Murakami, I said, oh, you know what, maybe, I wonder if they missed the notification. Gonna have to send them to HR. All right, so if you're enjoying this live stream, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up button for us there. Not just the like button, but the thumbs up button. Go ahead and hit that. Alan, you stay away from Buddha now, okay, buddy? Alan assaulted Buddha the other night on the live stream. So this is the Laughing Buddha. So this Buddha inside Aria, you rub its belly. Some people, you know, leave their tickets on there and stuff like that for good luck, which some people said that's disrespectful, but actually there was a couple Buddhists who made videos saying that because of the type of Buddha that is okay, that it is not insulting to the Buddhist people. That if it was like a in a temple or something like that, that's when it's not acceptable. Haha, pinch his nips. I'm not Alan. Just trying to get up to over 100 likes or thumbs ups. So this is another little spot that we're going to have to go and go outside for a little bit. So going from Aria over to Vdara, it's just this short little walk here. I do like this little garden, this little cactus garden that they got right here. Bill, what's going on, buddy? So this is like the North LA area where we walked out. That is where you would get taxis and dropped off. The actual rideshare location, I have a video, I'm working on that for Aria. Hopefully that'll be out possibly by the end of the week. See the Aria tram taking its ride. Cosmo over to the left of us there. Planet Hollywood to the front. This is just like a little short outdoor walk. At night, this is a nice little walk. It's actually lit up pretty nice out here. So we'll go in and we'll go check out I don't know, what do you guys want to do? You guys want to go check out some artwork in Cosmo, or do you want to check out the conservatory at Bellagio? D. Edwards, what's going on? How you been? Happy Tuesday to you, which is my Saturday. Oh, what a blast. That was a blast of cold air conditioning right there. Spatial awareness is... Does anyone know what spatial awareness is? Let's give you a little primer here on spatial awareness. When you walk into a building, you continue to walk a little bit, right? Because there's probably people behind you. So don't stop as soon as you walk in, like them young ladies in front of us did. You find a lot of people have very bad spatial awareness when they're in Vegas. They just kind of stop in the middle of the sidewalk. All right, we're gonna go check out the artwork, I guess. Let's do that. It's the nice thing about our chat here, right? Our community, you guys, the chatters. When we don't really have that much of a plan, I'm usually down to go wherever you guys want to go. So we're in Cosmo, so let's go look at the artwork in Cosmo. Some really cool artwork in Cosmo too, by the way. And then we're gonna have to pull over in a minute and we'll switch. I'm going to take the microphone out and start charging my phone, so this way we don't have to stop the live stream for a while. So now we are in Cosmo. This is going to take us right down here by Wicked Spoon. Wicked Spoon is the buffet here. I think they only do brunch. Yeah, I mean, Caesar's Palace does have like some cool stuff in there. Like they do have a lot of statues and things like that, but you know, nothing like MGM with the Bellagio fountains, or like even some of the stuff around the Bellagio properties, right? Like we got this cool black steam pump heel right here, I guess. Now this one's not bolted down. Remember they used to have some that you could sit in? Yeah, oh, looks like they may be getting ready for some F1. Who's ready for F1? Yeah, we had people stopping all over in front of us on the strip. Oh, here we go. We got the Artomatic. So let's check it out. Artomat. You guys know what this is? So these are artists, and the artists submit their artwork to Artomat, and they take these old cigarette machines, they recycle them into art machines, and they have all kinds of cool stuff in here, right? We got one the last time. Maybe we'll get another one. Maybe we'll go look around. You know what? Before we do the artwork, why don't we take a walk, check out the Artomat machines, and see if we can find another another scorpion, because that was really cool. The scorpion, when we got the scorpion, and I forget which one we got. They rotate the artist too. So let's see. Various artists, rare or out of production works. Huh? Now there's people that go around and they plan their vacations about where the artists are, right? Because the artists, they keep, they send it in. Now, this artist right here, this inanimate pet, we used to get them for the kids all the time when we would come here. They used to be $5. Now they're $10, right? So you put your 10 in the machine here, you pull it out like you were getting cigarettes. I don't know if you're like a millennial or something, you may not even know what we're talking about. But me and Jay thought about maybe doing that at one point, and like doing an Artomat thing, and I was like, nah, you know what, a little bit too labor intensive for me. You know, I went to school, I actually went to college for a little bit for art, and I used to paint and stuff, but I kind of fell out of it for some reason. Just got totally uninspired, and I was feeling a little bit inspired at one point. She's like, oh, maybe you should do this Artomat thing. And then I got uninspired again. So we're gonna hit the Artomats first, and then we'll go and check out some of the cool artwork. I mean, we can check some of it out on the walk, but see, these are the ladies of Barry Ashton's Wonderful World of Burlesque at the Silver Slipper Casino. So these are some of the ladies that he had in that burlesque show. That would be cool. Vegas should bring back more burlesque type shows, more lounges, things like that. That would be cool, right? I don't care about the buffets. You can get rid of the buffets. Bring back lounge acts and burlesque shows. You know, that would be cool. And this is The Travelers Have Arrived. Now, I'm not going to pinpoint it on it, but people like to rub this thing in some weird spots. Okay, you can kind of see the thighs and all that stuff. But this is called The Travelers Have Arrived by Gillian Mark, right? This was missing for a while, right? They had taken this out because they changed the carpets up here. But there's another one of these by this artist. Not the same thing, but at Resorts World, they have one. So if you're ever in Resorts World, take a look around and you'll find a piece of artwork that looks like that. And then up in these window boxes, they have some pretty cool art too. There's a lot of stuff, like, so when it's like super hot out and you need something to do and you're in Vegas, I mean, Cosmo's a great spot because they have these old photographs on the wall, Elvis and Louis Prima, Keely Smith here on stage at Sahara, right? Some old vintage Miss Iceberg at the El Rancho. And this is the ever stunning Marilyn Maxwell performing on stage with Britches the Tiger at the Last Frontier. That was like the golden day, right? For like the golden era in Vegas. Yeah, I remember, like, you know, in the early 2000s and late 90s when me and Jay either lived here or were visiting several times a year, we used to always just go and just hang in a lounge and, you know, have a few drinks, listen to some guy on a piano or, you know, some Elvis impersonator or, you know, someone from the Rat Pack, you know, and they were all free shows. If you wanted to tip, you went up and threw some money in the tip jar. And, you know, that was, to me, that would bring more people to Vegas than, you know, everybody opening up buffets again and having, you know, cheap buffets, you know, free parking. I mean, because free parking been around, or has been gone rather, for over 10 years now, or 10 years, and, you know, this whole people aren't coming to Vegas thing kind of got blown out of the water because we went from 41 million to 38 million, right? After a pandemic and after people were like kind of stir crazy staying in their house for so long. So I think the 38 million that we saw in 2025 is more around the number that we're going to continue to see for the next, like, you know, 2 or 3 or 4 years. And then it's going to start slowly climbing into the 40s again, you know. And Vegas has really started to change and is becoming more of a sports entertainment city. So I think those people are getting that. I don't know, they might be walking away. Let me see. I think this is where we got the Scorpion last time. I'm gonna get banned for what? Stone Cold, what's going on, buddy? Now, there's a few Elvis impersonators around. Hey, look, you can get the Constitution of the United States in an old cigarette machine. Man, where's the next one? The next one's downstairs, I think. I thought Big Elvis still performs a little bit. Not as much as he used to, but I think he still performs at Harris. I thought I saw it on their website. Stone Cold, well, you're in a good spot, man. If you got some questions, ask some questions. We got a lot of knowledgeable people here in our chat group here. The chatters is what we call our chatters. You know, I answer as many questions as I can. I got all kinds of videos across social media showing little tips and tricks and stuff about Vegas. And so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, ask your questions, somebody will answer. All right, so I think the other one is around the backside, this way, over by the first floor of the Chandelier Bar. Yeah, it's over by the elevator. I would have loved to have seen Elvis in concert. We went and saw that last Elvis movie that they just put out recently. That was really fun. All right, so do we have it here? Uh-oh. The Scorpions aren't here. We're gonna have to figure something else out that we could maybe get and check out. Mini vintage nose art. Oh, this one's not even on. Dang. So inside this machine you will find small works of art, jewelry, crafts, paintings, sculptures, and concepts. Local artists are invited to participate. Right? So these are not just artists from like Vegas area. These are from all over the world. So you never know where your stuff's going to get sent to. The look tiles. All right. I think that's the last one that they have in here. All right, let's go check out the artwork, right? We'll go upstairs and check out the artwork. Go birds, there we go. Oh, nice. So Westgate does have a lot of Elvis memorabilia in there, that's for sure. Me and Jay got married by Elvis at the Westgate Chapel. So that was really fun. One of the times we renewed our vows. We're going to be renewing our vows again this September. I'm not sure of the date, but we're definitely going to be doing that in September. So if anybody's out, as soon as I figure out the date, she told me the date, but I forget it. But that's going to be fun. I'm not sure what we're going to do this time. Let's see, so far we've gotten married at the, by Elvis, the drive-through. We got a vow renewal at Fashion Show Mall one time. Yeah. Something that I think everyone should do, like renew your vows when you're out here at least once, you know. All right, so here's some cool artwork here, right? So these are like hand-blown glass. They kind of look like conductors that you see in electricity, but there's a lot of really cool stuff in Cosmo, and we're gonna go take a look around and see some of this cool artwork. Now on the second and third floors where you're gonna find most of the artwork. So this one is called Dutch Female Composite Specimen, right? So when you look at this, there's like little eyeballs and fingers and hands. You can see all the neat little stuff. So it's almost like a person that's been sliced paper thin. There's some more of that hand-blown glass stuff. All right, so let's start heading back. So there's the chandelier bar. The chandelier bar at one time was the most expensive bar in the world, right? It is composed of quite a few crystals. Now, you guys that are maybe new to the channel, you guys want to take a guess at how many crystals are actually on the chandelier bar? If you're a regular on the channel, I know you know it. Let's give one of our new chatters the opportunity to guess how many crystals are on the chandelier bar. They might have them at the Hard Rock Cafe, maybe. Down by like New York, across from New York. That would be the only spot I would think would have guitar-shaped drink containers. Bill, 6 million, you're a little bit over. In the ballpark. not quite 6 million, but it is in the millions. Rock House. You know what? I'm not sure if they have them there. If we walk up that way, maybe we could check. Rock House is at Venetian, right? Steve with 2.3 million. You're like almost right on the button, man. So yeah, there's like 2 million or so, give or take. I don't think they actually know. But they originally wanted to build it with 4 million. And I think it was just too much, too big, too expensive by the time they started to build that. So yes, around 2 million. All right, so here we go. We're gonna start our little art tour today. See some of this, you can get a glare. This is all beadwork. That's like amazing. I wonder how much time it took to put all those little tiny beads together. I don't see a placard for it explaining it. I wish there was a placard. Oh, nice. Somebody left their pool towel right here. There's some more beadwork. You want to grab some drink containers to come home with, right? Yeah, not your regular souvenir like, you know, type, right? Like pool cups or anything like that, because, you know, all the pool cups are like basically the same. They're like those hard plastic, you know, sippy cups for adults. The T-Rex head. Mame Van Doren performing on stage at the Riviera. That's from 1957. I think that lady just was like, "Have you ever had a Tia massage?" And the guy was like, "What?" And she said, "Thai." That's Thai, isn't it? Good old Frank. So this one's really cool right here. A lot of the artwork, as you walk up on it, you can see it better, whereas you walk away from it, you can see it better. That is called Fade to Passion. Now this is one of my favorite pieces in here. And this is where I tell people to meet me all the time. I'm like always like, hey, meet me at the dogs in Cosmo. And this is what I'm talking about. So normally there's 5 dogs in a circle here, right? There's one by each pillar. There's 4 of them right now. Usually the 5th one is in the middle. And we call it the judging dogs, right? Because there's always that one dog in the middle. And these guys are all staring at it. So when you get in the middle, like right now, since we're standing in the middle and I'm live streaming, these dogs are judging all of us and everything that we've done. So we better get out of the middle here, right? Because I don't want them spilling secrets. So So we're gonna go ahead upstairs. That's where they have some really cool artwork upstairs on the 3rd floor of the convention area. All right, what is this called? So this is called paradiddle diditosis movement number 1. No idea what that's supposed to mean, but it is kind of cool looking. That would be kind of cool on hanging behind your sofa. Now I wonder if this is number 2. Yeah, so this is paradiddle diditosis movement number 2. Kind of almost look the same. Stone Cold, definitely, man. If you're out here, you know, if you have Facebook or TikTok or whatever, go ahead and follow us over there. Shoot us a DM over there. I think you can use messaging now somehow on YouTube. I'm not sure how that works, but if you can, shoot us a message when you're out here, or just stop on a live and see where we're at. So these are all playing cards that have been folded up like origami type. It's called Card Cascade. And they have a red one here, and they got a blue one over here. And then right outside the ballroom over here for the convention area, we have some really neat artwork that looks really cool when you're standing further back from it. So I'm going to stand in between these two pieces. And I'll show them to you before we go over and see what they're called. So there's that one. I really like this one here. This one's like a 3D. And as you move a little bit closer to it, you can kind of see like there's some sort of face or something over on the right side, and I can't really make out what's over on the left side, or maybe I'm just seeing that. But let's see what this is called. That's called Runnin' Red, and that's photographic reconstruction. So what it is these are all little pictures that form this piece of art.
We just have to tell them no. You just have to tell them.
Now this piece over here is acrylic and aluminum, I believe. Yeah, this is called Cascade. It's acrylic on aluminum. And I think that looks pretty cool. I like it. Now there's a really cool piece. A lot of people that don't need never go down this way. If you don't like have a convention or something going on, most people don't go back this way. But this is going to take us back towards the some of the ballrooms and the Chelsea Theater, I believe. Wonder if that was laser cut. No, this was hand cut paper. This is kinesis. These two pieces here. Somebody hand cut that. That looks actually pretty cool. That must have took a lot of time, patience, and X-Acto knife blades, right? So I think tonight I'm going to be spending some time doing some editing and making some videos to be putting on YouTube in the next couple weeks. It's a long process. I used to do it all by my cell phone. I just recently bought a laptop, and so I'm getting a little bit better with editing on the laptop with some editing software. So Stone Cold, take it easy. Hopefully I'll see you in December. But yeah, so most of our content, well, all of our content up until recently was done by me or Jay on our cell phones, right? And because my laptop just couldn't handle it, and I was like, well, I got to save up for another laptop. So I just bought a laptop on Prime Day a couple weeks ago, and getting used to editing on there. So that's why there's been a little bit less content being produced and put out by us, but we'll be getting it out there for you guys. But my favorite, we're coming around to one of my favorite pieces in all of this in a second here. That's just basically the same art that we've seen down there. Now here's the Chelsea Theater. And one of my favorite pieces is right over here. Walking right up to it now. It's this piece right here. This is called Barn Owl. This is mixed media. Check this thing out. It's got like old car parts and spark plugs. That thing's really cool. And we got some hands. All right, so where do you guys want to head now? You guys got a spot you want to go check out, go see what's going on outside, go take a walk. Zoom in on these things. These things are pretty cool. They have these little faces in them. Kind of creepy looking. All right, I'm gonna unplug my microphone real quick. Put that there, and we're gonna plug in the plug into the gimbal real quick. Where's that plug head? I'm gonna find that plug. All right, hold on. We're gonna have to pull over so I can do this. Mama, what's going on? Yeah, this is awesome up here on the second. No, this is the third floor of Cosmo. That's so funny. Joe Lovin. He's got jokes. So this is one of the other super cool pieces up here. This is made out of like 3,000 Cosmo room keys, right? Spray painted, different colors. I think it's like 3,000, I think I read one time. And a little copper wire, so when you walk up on it or you see it from further away, it looks like a lady sitting in like some sort of like yoga type pose. Pretty cool. All right, I got pull over so that we can set you guys down for a second and plug in. That's what I kind of like about this new gimbal I got, is that the phone plugs right into the gimbal. The gimbal will recharge the phone, and then I can charge into a separate charging point on the gimbal to charge the gimbal as I'm charging the phone. Alright, so we're plugged in, good to go now. Yeah. Alright, who has a suggestion on where to go? Now, we're coming out to the third floor in the front by the escalators. There's a lot of good restaurants out this way. Two of our favorite restaurants in Vegas are actually in Cosmo. Scarpetta and Beauty and Esses. Two of our favorites. They're up here on the third floor. Looks like we're getting some clouds out there. Now, this is the corner store. This is coming soon. I think this is like kind of like going to be like some sort of like New York City Borgata type thing. It's right down the hall now. I'm not going to tell you exactly where Secret Pizza is if you don't already know it. But if you're up on the third floor, just look for a hallway that looks like you shouldn't walk down it, and then walk down it. There's usually a bunch of people sitting out front, like in this area right here, eating pizza. So, this is pretty cool too. Connected steel and data cables. Conservatory. All right, we're gonna go check out the conservatory for Carlene. There we go. Here's another Artomatic. I forgot about this one. Let's see. Nature prints, abstract wall art, jewelry, fanciful flowers. Shrapnel, middle nose art style paintings. I wonder what that is. I don't know if I have a 10. No, I don't have a 10. I'll have to remember to get a 10 and then we'll come back. All right, so we're going to go over Bellagio and we're going to stay inside, like I said, because it's hot outside. So yeah, I mean, that's like the cool thing, right? So the art packets that come in there are like the same exact size as like a cigarette pack, you know? So, and that's like you have to be able to package your art in that size packet to sell it in those machines. So they send you like a little template and all that stuff if you're going to become an artist for them. Like I said, like some of the stuff is really, really cool, and then some of the stuff is like, But I did watch a lot of YouTube videos. They have some documentaries on them, and like, you know, there are people who find out where different artists have their artwork, and they'll plan a vacation or go to that city just to get a piece of work from a certain artist that they don't have in their collection. So that is really cool. So right down the in between the district here at block 16 is the food hall here and Tekka Bar. Right down that hallway there, you'll see a green exit sign. Walk in that door where the green exit sign is, and that is Ghost Donkey. That is one of the speakeasies in here, and their main food that they have in there is like nachos and like margaritas and stuff. So if you're a nachos and margarita fan, Ghost Donkey is kind of the speakeasy to go to if you're in Cosmo. Then they have the barber shop, which is downstairs. They have well, Beauty and Exodus is technically a restaurant and a speakeasy. It's behind a pawn shop. Some people consider the Secret Pizza as somewhat of a speakeasy, even though I think of speakeasy, I think of alcohol-induced fun. And then you had the ski lodge all the way back here, which we're going to be walking past shortly, next to Super Frico. Now we do have, me and Jay, we are affiliates for Aroma Retail. You guys, let me just tell you real quick about Aroma Retail, right? You can find the links, I think, in our bio. If not, I'm going to be putting them in there. We do have a code, so make sure you click the links from our links to go to their website so you can use our discount. You can put our code in, which is Neon City, at checkout. But so they supply the scents. The way that a hotel, a resort, the scent that they have, you can get that through Aroma Retail. And the Cosmo is called Desert Breeze, right? I know a lot of people love the smell of Cosmo. So if you want your house, your car, your office to kind of have that scent to remind you of being at Cosmo, check out Aroma Retail. Use that Neon City code at discount, code at checkout, and get 20% off. I don't have the link to go throw it on here right now myself. But we do have some, We did a live stream from Aroma Retail, actually, where we got a lot of questions answered, things like that. You can go ahead and search that up. You can find the links there. That's on our page under, I think, live replays. So we've had a pretty good walk already this morning, right? So we started, or this afternoon, we started at Luxor. Went up through Excalibur, Park MGM, a little bit through Aria, excuse me, and then walked around in here for quite a while. So we're at what? We're about 2 hours into this live stream. And I'm about how many steps for today? I'm just over 10,000 steps for today. So if you enjoy these type of live streams, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. Make sure you have your notifications on. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up button there. And, talk to the algorithm. Let the algorithm know that you're having fun watching the Neon City Walkers live streams. Go check out our videos. We got a lot of good videos on how to beat the heat, walking through the back ways like we're doing right now through Vegas. Some people don't know how to get there. Some people don't know that they exist, So go ahead and check out our videos. So we're on our way to the Bellagio Conservatory now, which I really like this summer edition that they have here display. It's a lot better than last year's summer display, I can tell you that much. So who's got some trips coming up? Who's planning some trips to Vegas? Where are you going to be staying? Oh yeah, the one we just walked past in Cosmo. Yeah, I don't know. I don't drink, so I'm not always up to date on the beer specials and things like that. I think I did see that advertised at one of them stands before. 2 beers and a shot. Ooh, you got yourself a Cosmo wraparound for New Year, like south and east, or north and east, north and west, southwest. All right, so we're taking the escalator down into Bellagio right now, and then we're gonna head to the conservatory. Bill, no, I do not. Well, F1, if you don't want to deal with the F1 stuff, you're going to have to wait until January, because basically September to Christmas is F1. Going to have F1 pretty much construction going on around the clock from the first week of September. Alan will be out here at some point. North and west, oh, that's going to be nice. So you're going to be looking north up the strip with a little bit over more towards Bellagio. You're going to get a really nice view north and west. And you'll be able to watch the sunsets over in the west, over in the mountains there, Red Rock Canyon. That's going to be beautiful. Paris or Flamingo. So here's the thing with F1 construction. The F1 construction, as a pedestrian, really the only access that you have cut off is in front of the fountains, right? So you can't walk up and down the strip in front of the fountains. So you either have to cross over and walk up and down the strip in front of Paris, Planet Hollywood, or walk through the Bellagio casino area to get over to Caesars. Other than that, there's not a whole lot of pedestrian access that gets taken away during F1. The bulk of it is overnight. The construction is overnight, and they close down roads, lane restrictions, things like that. So if you're not driving, if you're flying in and taking a ride share, yeah, it's going to make your travel time a lot longer some nights, but it's not as bad as everyone says. I mean, I work on the strip, and I'm up the strip 5 days a week for work, and usually at least another day or two. Sometimes I'm up here 7 days a week, and I'm doing content, right? So how hot is Vegas today? Vegas is a little bit hot today. I think it was like 103, but it's the humidity today. So we're gonna walk around. This is peeking inside the conservatory, but we're gonna go walk around and go do the whole thing. So, I mean, I've made some videos last year that try to help people move around Vegas during the F1 construction. And, you know, I live it every day. I don't think it's more of a hassle. And if you're a Vegas local that hates F1 because of everything it does, and you don't go to the strip, then it doesn't affect you. Right? Or, you know, it affects tourists and people who work on the strip the most. And people who have to cross the strip from Harmon to Spring Mountain, Sands Ave. If you're not crossing the strip there, if you're going down Tropicana, going across at Sahara or DI, then it really doesn't affect the traffic that much. Yeah, it gives you more volume of traffic, but it's not terrible. Yeah, I don't think they do that bad of a job, Bill. It is, Carrie Ann. Yeah, I can't even begin to imagine how much the rooms are going to cost at Hard Rock, right? You know, I imagine that the Hard Rock is going to open sometime in October of 2027, maybe like a month or so before F1, right? So this way they can work out the bugs and be all prepared for F1. But I can only imagine what the rooms in the Guitar Tower are going to cost at the Hard Rock during that time. Carrie Ann, we could talk about it because one of my kids works right there, and we have a pretty good system for that.
Oh wait, you gotta get somebody. Where are they?
So this is the centerpiece. This is the elephant, and the fountains are off. Anyone notice that? The elephants are usually spraying water out of their trunks. Like I said, I go back and forth. Sometimes I get really frustrated about F1. Sometimes I realize I really don't. It doesn't bother me that bad. All right, so here we are, the monkeys, right? These monkeys are kind of crazy. right? I'm gonna pull out my extension here. So we're gonna get in a little close to the fur, right? Look at that, that looks like real fur. It gets really creepy when we see their faces, man. Look at his face. His eyeballs look like real eyeballs or something. So, there's one monkey. Does anyone know how many monkeys in total are in the display this year? Now, somebody called this last night the Rainforest Cafe at Bellagio, right? Except they got the garden table, which is around $200 for dinner and $135 for brunch. And it's only 6 seatings a day. But that is where you sit, inside this. Yeah, that would be great. That would be great, Carrie Ann. Bill says 9. So it's not 9. I'm going to show you a couple more and then you can re-guess, Bill. R says 5 monkeys. We'll see if you're right. So we got the America 250. That's all roses and carnations, I think. Looks pretty cool. Let this guy get his picture. They did have like a little map type thing right there before that like kind of went with the theme of the jungle, but they've had that up since around the 4th of July. Bill says 3, Alan says 6. Well, here's another one. We got a third one on top of this flower pot right there. "12 Monkeys," like the movie. That was a great movie. That was a great movie. So that makes 3. Now if we stand right here, look above the elephants. Where are we at now? Let's see up at the top of the screen. 2 more. So that makes 5 monkeys. Who said 5? R said 5, right? Emmerich. He said 5. So that's the 5 monkeys. Now, I thought it was 3 until actually the other day. I happened to look up top and see those other ones. Hey, what's going on? How you been, brother? So we got some giraffes over here. Now this is a new addition too. Here at Bellagio in the conservatory, they got this new watering hole cocktail hour experience, 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Now, it's like $500 for 4 people, right? Or $500 for up to 4 people, I think, maybe. And it's like $1,000 for like 6 or more, or 5 or more, right? Comes out to be about $125, $150 a person for like an hour and a half of like cocktails and hors d'oeuvres, I guess, right? So there's actually 6. Am I the 6th one? Yeah, I understand that there, AE. So where's the 6th one? I have not seen a 6th one. Someone said that to me last night, that I was a monkey. So these flamingos, they are back from last year's summer. Oh, tell her I said what's up. And then we got the Lion King and his derpy son, right? The younger lion, the lion cub, kind of has a derpy look on his face. I mean, I think the Lion King looks pretty regal, you know? Bill, I'm not sure if that's unlimited drinks or if there is like a drink number. So when I first looked at it, it was like $120 a person or something like that. And I don't think it had hors d'oeuvres or anything like that. And then they changed it. So I haven't really looked at it. I'm just going by kind of what Murakami said. So I do know it's $500 for like up to 4 people and $1,000 for 5 or more. So it's kind of pricey. Now, if it's unlimited drinks and you're pounding them down, probably not that bad, right? If you could do like 4 or 5 drinks in 90 minutes, probably not that bad, right? Probably a little bit cheaper. So this is the Bellagio lobby here, and that's a Dale Chihuly art installation on the ceiling. That's not just decoration, that's an actual art installation. Steve Wynn commissioned it. Steve Wynn must have been a fan of Dale Chihuly, from Tacoma, Washington, I believe. I know he's from Washington State. Steve Wynn had a couple of his pieces also over in the Mirage, and they got auctioned off when they did the Mirage auction a few months back. Yeah, right. If people ain't getting all crazy in there, it's probably not unlimited. I don't think we're going to get any pushers on this go around. So, we're going to head on out. What time is it? Damn, it's 4:30. We've been on, what, 2.5 hours now, almost. So we're just missing a Bellagio show, fountain show. So that's ending right now. But look at the sky. The sky looks beautiful. Just got to pull over here for a second and fix something. I got to go back and watch Ocean's 11. It's been a while since I've seen Ocean's 11. That was like one of my favorite. This show's about to end. Push. We had enough pushers last night, Alan. There's a lot of pushers. I got to actually go back and redo that video from last night. You know what? I think they're doing a back-to-back show right now. think it's the nice. I figured that much, Alan. Got some moons out up here too. Is this guy gonna jump in? That'd be funny. It's been a while since we've seen a jumper in here. That's a good way to ruin your Vegas vacation, by the way, too. If you decide to take a swim in the Bellagio fountains, you're gonna end. That's for sure. Heat's not that bad. It's a little cloudy. It'd be nice if it would start to rain soon. How's the signal? I think my signal just dropped a little bit. Are we glitching? Or is it just starting to overheat a little bit? Because this has been a pretty long live stream. I haven't live streamed this long on a hot day in a while. All right, we need 9 more thumbs up. Come on. If you haven't given that thumbs up yet, go ahead, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead, hit that subscription button. Don't cost you a penny. It was dropping, but it's pretty good now. Okay. Yeah, sometimes, I don't know what it is around the Bellagio, but around the Bellagio and Shops at Crystals sometimes, and Planet Hollywood, you get a little disruption in the signal. And of course, anytime I'm out with Alan, I get a disruption in the signal. Now, I don't think I have the Bellagio Wi-Fi turned on. I usually turn my Wi-Fi off so it doesn't do that. Unless I'm actually going to be like really inside. I've kind of mapped out where it works and where it doesn't work in my mind. The Venetian is very hit or miss. Sometimes you can get a really good signal in the Venetian and I can walk around the Grand Canal shops. Sometimes the Venetian, I can't even pick up the Wi-Fi signal. Same thing with Caesar's Forum shops. Sometimes it's fine if I walk through there on just regular cell phone data. Sometimes when I sign into the Forum's Wi-Fi, it'll just be dropping. Oh yeah, anything behind the Flamingo in the Link Promenade, the Flamingo Habitat, Go Pool area, definite dead zone. There's no signal back there. There's no Wi-Fi. There's no cell phone signal. None of that stuff. So I try to definitely stay away from that area. Team Wi-Fi Jammer, that's Alan. Now, so one time me and Alan, when Alan was out here, we were in the. That's your name. Nice to meet you, Alan. One time, Alan and I were over at the Horseshoe in the Grand Bazaar shops over there, and I was going to do the ice cream challenge at Duck Donuts, right? The milkshake challenge, and we just totally dropped signal, right? But the next day there was somebody else streaming in kind of the same area, and the same thing happened to them. So it wasn't Alan. But the other day me and Alan met at the Venetian, and as I was signing into the Wi-Fi Venetian, it just really froze up and messed up my signal in there too. And I was joking with him, telling him I think he was getting paid off by another streamer to jam my signal when he's hanging out with me. Push, right? We're not pushing. I'm gonna download those videos tonight of last night, and I think I have a few other ones with the pushers. So if you guys like seeing people pushing and getting stuck in the Bellagio doors, on our channel we do have I have a playlist now. It's called I think Bellagio Pushers or something like that. It's people pushing through the Bellagio doors and getting stuck. Like, they're automatic. You don't need to push them. Actually, I think I might be ending this stream in a couple minutes and go sit down somewhere and just kind of relax for a little bit. I have to make my way back down south and then back out to Thomas Mack Center at UNLV to pick up Jay from Summer League. So maybe we'll end once we get across the bridge over into Caesar's little promenade here. Looks like they're doing some work down there. Let's see if we can get a better view. I can't really. They still have that fountain area down there closed off. This is like one of my favorite corners in all of Vegas. I just love the this fountain for some reason. It's nice to sit by at night. It's always so blue. Send it to some techno. I'll see what I could do. You're gonna be out at the end of the month. Definitely, dude. Yeah, like I said, I've definitely been trying to make some more time. I've just been really super busy this past summer. So far with like just everything. I redid the floors in my house. I, you know, did some work around the house that really needed to get done. And, you know, I haven't been out streaming or doing as much content as I would really like to. So I'm making it a point to try to start doing a lot of that. So but yeah, definitely hit us up when you're out here, man. See, I'm gonna go sit over here and then we're gonna sign off. And I'm gonna start heading back. But it is a beautiful day though, man. I could be out here for a lot longer, but I got commitments. I got my gimbal charging my phone, normally my battery would be drained by now. No, we have not tried Esther's kitchen. So we'll end it here at one of my other favorite spots. I love this area outside Caesars, the fountains where Evel Knievel tried to jump. His son Robbie did succeed. I think Travis Pastrana, I think he succeeded. And then recently we had that other guy that set that world record for the highest jump right here earlier this year. Murakami, what's going on? So I'm going to take a little bit of a so we got a fountain jumper actually. This guy's just like kind of hanging out, snorkeling. That's one way to cool off. I wonder when they're going to come out and grab them. How do you hide from that, right? You're going to walk down the strip, up and soaking wet. So we saw a fountain jumper. Nice. Mauricio, what's going on? Tell Joe I said what's up. So, yeah, let me flip this around. I'm going to go cool off for a little bit. If Jay decides she's going to stay for the late games, then I'll probably be back on. But right now, thank you guys for hanging out with me for the past 2 hours and 40 minutes or so. It was really fun. And I'm going to get some stuff done, and we'll be on tomorrow at some point. So I hope to see you guys all tomorrow. So you guys have a great night. I'll see you later.